Alrighty, there we go. Max Verstappen is on pole position for the Dutch. Oh, that's funny. For the Dutch Grand Prix. You can tell what my mind's on. I'm still on the British Grand Prix and what happened there. But back to the Dutch Grand Prix qualifying. It's such a challenging lap for the drivers. You can see them fighting, making adjustments for the elevation changes, the camber changes, the slight changes in the wind, and the lack of a runoff area keeps them on their toes. I mean, you saw in Q2 from the Williams drivers, just a slight change in the wind and boom, you get a little bit of oversteer and you're in the wall. Red Bull came into the weekend being quietly confident. They knew that their car with its chassis suited the layout of the track, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to have a powerful power unit, because you do need that grunt, that acceleration out of the corners. But in overall, it's more of a chassis track, and Red Bull is known to have a good chassis that is compliant to changes of direction, which is to not say that the Mercedes doesn't have that. They do have a longer wheelbase with more of a stable platform, which tends not to suit changes in direction as a shorter chassis would. But they do have a secret weapon. They do have a Lewis Hamilton, and he did a mega lap. Considering he's been on the back foot all weekend, you had the red flag in FP1, you had his power unit issue in FP2, and you had another red flag in FP3. Lewis has barely gotten any track time this weekend. So it's a pretty amazing accomplishment that he's only 300ths off pole position. I mean, he absolutely nailed Sector 3. I thought it was done and dusted. I thought he was going to be behind Bottas. But no, he just pulls it out the bag. P2 by only 300ths of a second. But that's nothing to take away from Max's lap. Max has been on point all weekend. And it's not just the car. You can tell by both Mercedes and Red Bull that it really isn't just the cars. Max and Lewis are amazing drivers. Look at their teammate. Perez has been struggling all weekend. I thought that Bottas was going to actually out-qualify Lewis this weekend, but hey, we all know he's probably going to Alfa Romeo next season, so his heart might not be fully into it. I'm just joking. Don't beat me up for that, especially if he ends up not going there. Yeah, but Lewis and Max, they are definitely two drivers that are at the top of their game. It's definitely going to be the two Mercs versus Max tomorrow. Perez got caught out in the last sector in Q2? 1. When did he go out? Q1? What? I thought it was Q2. Whoa. Oh my. I just had to check there. For some reason I was thinking it was Q2. But it's Q... Oh wow. That's not good, is it? For Red Bull at least. Yeah, it's definitely two Mercedes versus Max tomorrow. Perez is going to have to fight to get probably in the top 8. But you never know, you never know. But as I was saying, everyone wants to be the last car on track before they put their qualifying lap in, because that's when the most rubber is on track. And that's usually when the track is most gripped up. For Mercedes, they can use Bottas to force Max. They can either use Bottas to undercut Max or overcut Max, bring Lewis in first, leave Bottas out. Yeah, they have a bunch of options to get the victory tomorrow. So unless Max has the outright pace advantage, it's going to be difficult for him battling against the two Mercedes, especially with the race pace of the Toro Rosso probably not being up to scratch to keep up with the Mercedes. And a quick mention of that, Gasly's probably my driver performer of qualifying. Gasly's really been impressing me this year, and I'm actually surprised that he hasn't gotten a second chance at the Red Bull seat. But good for him, he's been showing what he can do ever since he got back to Toro Rosso / AlphaTauri, and it's nice to see that he's putting in strong performances. Both Ferraris, 5th and 6th, Charles followed by Carlos. That's really good for their battle in the constructors. If they can keep those positions, I'm pretty sure they're both adamant that they can get past Gasly tomorrow. And shout out to Giovinazzi too. He did an amazing 7th. Wow, he did a really good lap. He's fighting for his seat right now, because we all know that Bottas is probably going to Alfa Romeo, and with the rumors that they might be switching to a Mercedes power unit, Merc would want to bring their development driver into that team. So Gio is fighting for his seat right now. Now in all, this was just a quick video because I have an appointment to go to, and see you tomorrow for the Dutch GP.